It was a chilly evening in the bustling town square. The streetlights flickered on, casting a soft glow on the cobbled streets. Shops were closing, and families hurried home, their laughter filling the cold air. In a quiet corner, on an old wooden bench, sat a boy named Nuwan. His clothes were worn and thin, barely enough to keep out the biting cold. He pulled his knees to his chest, trying to stay warm as he watched people pass by, their arms full of shopping bags. "I wish I had a warm jacket," Nuwan whispered to himself, his breath visible in the cold air. His eyes lingered on a family across the street, a mother wrapping her child in a cozy scarf. As the crowd thinned, a little girl named Maya skipped down the street, holding her father's hand. She clutched a small, colorful blanket, her favorite one, decorated with little stars and moons. It was a gift from her grandmother, and Maya never went anywhere without it. But as they passed the bench, Maya's steps slowed. Her bright eyes locked onto Nuwan, who sat shivering in the cold. "Daddy, that boy looks so cold," Maya said, tugging her father's sleeve. Her father glanced at Nuwan and sighed softly. "Not everyone has a warm place to go, sweetheart. That's why we should always be grateful for what we have." Maya looked at her blanket, then at Nuwan again. Her heart ached for him. Without a second thought, she let go of her father's hand and walked over to the bench. "Hi," Maya said gently, her voice soft and warm. Nuwan looked up, surprised. "Hi," he replied, his voice barely audible. "You look cold," Maya said, holding out her blanket. "You can have this. It's my favorite blanket, but I want you to be warm." Nuwan's eyes widened. "But it's yours. You'll be cold without it." Maya smiled. "It's okay. I have more blankets at home. You need this one more than I do." Slowly, Nuwan reached out and took the blanket. His fingers trembled, not from the cold, but from the overwhelming kindness he was receiving. He wrapped the blanket around his shoulders, feeling its warmth seep into his bones. "Thank you," Nuwan whispered, his voice thick with emotion. Maya sat beside him on the bench. "What's your name?" "Nuwan. I'm Maya," she said with a big smile. "Do you want to come with us? My mom makes the best hot chocolate." Nuwan's heart swelled with hope. "Really? You'd do that for me?" "Of course," Maya said. "Friends help each other, and now we're friends." Maya's father, who had been watching from a distance, approached with a gentle smile. "Come on, Nuwan. Let's get you something warm to eat." As they walked down the street together, Maya holding Nuwan's hand, people around them noticed. Whispers turned to smiles as they witnessed the simple act of kindness. "That little girl has a big heart," someone said. "Such a beautiful gesture," another added. Back at Maya's house, Nuwan sat at the kitchen table, a steaming cup of hot chocolate in front of him. The warmth of the blanket, the kindness of the family, and the feeling of belonging filled his heart with something he hadn't felt in a long time: hope. As they laughed and shared stories, Maya's mother gently placed her hand on Nuwan's shoulder. "You're welcome here anytime, Nuwan. Our door is always open." Nuwan smiled, his eyes sparkling with tears of gratitude. "Thank you. Thank you so much." That night, as Nuwan lay on the cozy couch, wrapped in Maya's blanket, he thought to himself, the greatest gifts aren't things. They're people who care. From that day forward, Nuan wasn't just a boy on a bench. He was part of a community that embraced him with open hearts and taught him that kindness could change lives.